Hello everyone. My name is Art Russell. Welcome to my channel. We're all very familiar with the materialism paradigm of reality. We've been conditioned to believe that objects, including our body-mind, are relatively solid and that they exist independent of the mind. We think it would be ludicrous to look at an object, turn away, and then wonder if that object was still there. And we continue to believe in the materialism paradigm of reality, which is really just an interpretation of reality. Even though we've known since 1909, thanks to Ernest Rutherford, that atoms are 99.999% empty space. So how do we get solid out of that? For most of my apparent life, I had no idea that there are other ways of processing reality. One of those ways is called idealism. And an understanding of idealism can help us know ourselves at a deeper level and also understand the teachings of the law of attraction. So let's begin with a definition of idealism. Idealism is the metaphysical view that associates reality to ideas in the mind rather than to material objects. It lays emphasis on the mental and spiritual components of experience and renounces the notion of material existence. Now, I know that goes against everything that we've been taught. But I'd like to relate an incident that occurred one night while I was working as a paramedic. It was about 3 a.m. and my partner and I had returned from a call. My partner went into another room to rest in a chair, and I turned on the computer and began surfing the web. For some reason, I landed upon an illustration about how eyesight works. And this was a strong turning point on my spiritual path. So in the illustration, it had a candle. And this was, as I mentioned, showing how eyesight functions. So it showed light streaming past the candle. And the process is light streams into our eyes through the pupils, through the cornea, lands on the light-sensitive tissue called the retina, the back of the eye, and from there it's transformed into electrochemical messages which are relayed to the visual cortex at the back of the brain. Now, the image at first on the retina is actually upside down. And when it gets to higher processes within the brain, it's turned right side up. Now, the main point that helped me in this illustration was that the person speaking in the video said that everything we see is a representation. We never come into direct, we never see something as it actually is, only a representation. Now, I found this transformative. That really hit home with me. So when I shut off the computer and I was sitting back in a chair and I was looking in the dim light at my hand and my arm, and I thought, I see that. It has to be a representation. Now, you might be questioning, well, Art, no, you're real. You know that. You feel it. And what I'm suggesting is what's real about us is the eternal spirit. Everything we see is a representation. It is an assumption to believe that a candle, in this example, exists independent of the mind. The point is, though, you might say, but you're holding it, Art. And I would go, yes, but again, I only know it through the five senses, which are only electrochemical patterns in the brain. We only know it through the mind. It's an assumption to believe that this apparent object is concrete, real, any more than we would believe that of our nighttime dreams, of the content of our nighttime dreams. We know that all of the objects, would we believe that an object called a candle in a nighttime dream existed on its own? No, we would know that's made of mind. And this is an important ingredient in understanding the law of attraction. And also the deeper teachings within the Bible that say, believe and you will receive. These are the deeper teachings. Now I'm going to share 3 quotes that I hope will lend credibility to what I've just shared. The first is a quote from the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Phenomena only, quote, exist in the mind that perceives them. That's the case in our nighttime dreams. If you're in a ship crossing an ocean, riding a camel across a desert, the camel, the sand, all of that only exists in mind. This right now is being shared in the waking state, which is similar to the dream state at night. There are no objects in deep sleep because the mind is at rest. Now here's another quote. This is from a verse actually from Hebrews chapter 11, verse 3. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God. The word is thought, another way for saying thought. So that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. What are they made of? They're made of consciousness. I'm hoping this information is going to help you dream of better conditions in your apparent life. The last quote is from Einstein. He stated, "There is no place in this new kind of physics, both for the field and matter. For the field is the only reality." The unified field, consciousness, awareness. We are that dreaming an apparently human life. The ideas that we hold in mind are what is impressed into the mind will be expressed as apparent conditions. This is fundamental teachings to the law of attraction. It's why Andrew Carnegie stated, any idea that is held in the mind, that is emphasized, that is either feared or revered, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form. Hold those good thoughts, people, of your wonderful health, your greater wealth, wonderful relationships. They're created via the mind. If you've enjoyed this video, I invite you to subscribe, share, or like. More information is available through my free articles at thinktwice.me and my book entitled This Taste of Flesh and Bones, which is available from Amazon. Thank you very much for watching. I love all of you. We'll talk again soon.